So I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes. And immediately begin to connect with your breath. Really focusing on the in-breath as we begin. Feeling the temperature as it moves through the nose. And being aware and present to the sound through the exhale. And as we're moving with the breath here, just easily and naturally feeling that that breath is magnetizing your energy back to you. Magnetizing any energy that is not here in this present moment. Perhaps seeing it as golden specks of dust, magnetizing back into your physical and energetic field. And right away, we're going to start a little bit in a different space this morning. But as you're sitting, I invite you to see a tree that you are sitting against. Sitting there with your back against its trunk, perhaps sitting on the roots, being shaded by its leaves and branches. And just allow this tree to reveal itself to you. And will you feel like you are actually a part of this tree, a part of this trunk, that there is very little separation between the space and the edges between this tree and your body? You are very much connected. And as you continue to breathe, will you breathe into this tree? And as you inhale, will you feel that the energy is moving into the branches and also moving into the roots? Extending out in both directions on the inhale. And exhaling, just allowing that breath to soften inside of the spaces in the branches and the roots. And I invite you to continue to do this. And as you are continuing with this breath in this way, feeling that you are breathing life into the spaces and the branches and the roots. That perhaps as you're doing this, that the branches start to grow a little more. The roots start to move through different parts of the earth. And with that breath, you're becoming more and more integrated with this tree. To the point where there isn't a difference between you and it. You are the trunk, you are the branches, you are the roots. Absorbing into each other. And will you spend just a little bit of time feeling the branches that are extending into the sky? Feeling how far out they may be extending. Feeling their vibrancy if they're getting enough sunlight. Feeling where this is extending in space for you. What is here in this tree? And as you're feeling into the branches and the leaves, notice the qualities. Notice the qualities of the leaves, the qualities of the branches, how it extends. And just notice what these characters bring to you as a feeling. What does this actually symbolize to you? Is there an expansive nature? Does the color of the leaves make you feel a certain way? Does it symbolize something to you? Are there any areas where it feels like growth wants to happen more than another? Is there anything blooming here? Anything that looks like it's creating something new? And just notice and allow yourself to use your imagination to access that clairvoyance, tapping into what's already here. And using the tree as a visual expression of what is. And then with a breath, I invite you to move down with your awareness into the trunk. Noticing the texture of the bark. Is it dense or smooth? Different colors that are happening here. How tall is this trunk? How far into the sky are you extending through this space? And is there anything else that is along the edges of this tree that is you? Anything that you may not have noticed before? And just notice the texture and the colors, and allow yourself to feel into what this information holds for you. If your trunk is very dense, what does that hold for you in terms of a knowing? And how big around is this trunk? And how old is this tree? And continue to use the breath to breathe into the branches and the roots. Allowing that breath to reveal more and more of what is here. And then will you bring your awareness down into the roots? Noticing how the roots extend into the earth. Are they short? Do they extend deep into the earth? Do they cover a wide expanse along the top of the ground? Noticing the texture, how easily these roots might absorb nutrients from the earth, absorbing water, minerals. And just notice what this might reveal to you. Simply allowing yourself to feel into what is already here. And continuing to use that breath, breathing into the branches and the roots, allowing the breath to continually reveal more and more detail, revealing more and more expression. And then finally noticing if there's any animals or birds, insects. Noticing again colors, anything that's blooming or growing, fruits and flowers. And will you allow yourself for a moment just to witness the tree from the outside, standing in front of it now? Still very much connected, but also allowing yourself to see it in front of you. And seeing if there's anything else that you notice here. How it is growing, what might be around it, what might be living with it. The age of this tree, looking at how it wants to grow, where the branches are reaching. How does the energy of this tree feel to you? And just noticing the full expression here. Allowing it to be something that reveals itself to you easily. Just as if you were looking or being with a friend and feeling their energy, feeling the energy of the tree in the same way. What is here that is not in anyone else's experience? Only in this tree. Only the expression that's in this tree. And take a nice deep breath. And again, I invite you to allow yourself to be in that seat of the roots. The trunk is your spine. You are sitting inside of this expression. And for a last minute, just noticing again any sensations that you may not have noticed before. And I invite you to bring one hand to your heart-centered space and the other to your lower abdomen. And with that breath, breathing in to your hands as if they are being placed onto this trunk. Breathing into the edges, the circumference, all of the rings that are in this tree. Just being with the full expression, sending immense gratitude and love for being this, for experiencing this, for allowing yourself to have this moment of the expression in the field of this. Knowing that it is perfect just as it is. And when you're ready, I invite you to start to bring awareness back into the physical human body. Noticing your toes, noticing your fingers, noticing the sits bones and the pressure of the floor, noticing your limbs. Bringing yourself back fully into the room, just with your awareness before opening your eyes. And back fully into the group.